Hi, I'm James.
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Dr. Sackrider.
And this is the Arsenal discussion. Okay.
I wasn't ready.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
Shit.
What is episode 10 of the Arsenal discussion? We wanted to have a
Let's just ask.
guest.
Comment if you notice what's so different
We wanted to have a guest for episode 10, but stuff happened. He can't come, but he will in time to come. But if you can't notice, there should
Everything in this room has been shifted to
Oh,
the right.
Yeah,
That's it.
okay.
That's
Only
it.
difference.
It's the only difference.
Yeah, it's totally the only difference.
The video quality isn't amped up a whole lot or anything.
No. Totally not.
I feel like we need to take a picture already, so that we didn't have a picture of our old set before. But you know what?
Oh, yeah? Oh, wait. Do we?
No.
Did I not take one?
Probably.
We probably should. We should set it back up the way it was and then reset it.
No, it's too much.
It's not. It's not.
No,
I hope.
Nah, we ain't doing it. Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4
Fuck
topics today.
nostalgia. You don't need it.
Alright, I'll start us off here. So, last night, we were discussing having to, like, the quality of our videos. And the GoPro does film 1080 to 4K, but it's not made for, like, what we're doing here. It's made for, like, to get a whole big area of, sports, stuff like that. That's what it's made for. So we figure we needed to get like a video camera, like high quality, like one of the bigger cameras
Yeah.
on a nice tripod for this. And so we found one that was like $400 that we were looking for. Was the something Rebel, the Canon Rebel.
Canon EOS Rebel, and I don't know which T6, T5.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the one we were looking for. So Cole said, we'll go to Best Buy tomorrow, or whatever.
Look.
Yeah, we'll look.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, we'll look. So
then here we're going to my perspective. I wake up, it's like 12 or 1. No, it's around 12.
Skip to the next day.
Next day, it's around 12 o'clock. And so I'm like, Ethan may be awake. This child usually wakes up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So go ahead and send a message like, hey, let's hang out. He says, okay. So I come over. He's like, we need to go to Best Buy. And I'm like, all right. Well, he's like, we're waiting for Cole to go to Best Buy. He's like, did you call him?
At this point, I had texted Cole over 100 times because I just did each individual word as a text message. Because Cole always does this. Sometimes he just ignores us, or he used to at least. So we would just spam it until he would answer. I called you probably 20 times too.
I called a few times as well. I sent 15
I
messages.
had like 18 calls. I was like, God. It was like 7, 4, and then 4 again, or 7 again.
And what time was all this? This was like around 3 now.
No, we were
2?
It was around like 1 or so that we were like 12.
Y'all started at
12 to 1.
And then I finally was like, okay, fine, at 2 o'clock.
But we drove. We drove to Cole's house.
Yeah.
And James did. And we see his dad out there watching the boat, and there's all these cars. Like, we've literally never met Cole's parents. We're not going to go up and be like, hey, is Cole here?
I was thinking about it. I was like, let's just knock on the door. Be like,
What a
hey,
way to
where's
meet!
Cole?
What a way to meet your family. Where's Cole?
Where is
What the
Cole?
hell is that kid at?
I should have just like a Jehovah's Witness. Do you have time for a...
You don't look like a Jehovah. You have to be dressed up.
So I said I should have dressed like a Jehovah's
You have to
Witness.
dress up.
What do you mean?
Do you have? What do they wear?
Basically like Mormons.
Okay, stop getting off topic.
I mean, that's what we do.
You did that! Okay, anyway, so Cole finally sees it, and me and James had gone over to my mom's to grab some money. And at this point, Cole's like, all right, which Best Buy? He meets us at our mom's, and Cole drives. Cole always rides with us. He never drives.
I never volunteer to drive.
Yeah, but we're like, if we're gonna go all the way up to Baybrook, I'm not driving. James wasn't gonna drive, so Cole had to drive. So, driving over there.
I never volunteer to drive because I have been in 3 accidents. And I took a picture of the accident, so we'll show them.
I think I rid of it.
You got rid of it?
We'll take another one.
We'll take another picture to show you why I don't volunteer to drive anyone anywhere. So today we do it, and we're driving, and we're just by this little shopping center. We're driving, and like I just noticed my car is like not right. So I'm pressing on the accelerator trying to go faster. It wouldn't move, and the engine was
the
going.
RPMs were
The
just.
RPM was like all the way at 6. And I was like, oh. And the check engine light had gone on like 30 minutes before. So I was like, oh no.
It finally died.
I was like, today's it. This is the day.
It is the day I had both my friends.
The day my car breaks down for good is the day I just so happen to be driving 2 other people. I was like, so I pull in. I figure out it's stuck between neutral and drive. How I did that, I don't know.
Somehow, like, it was fine. Just like all of a sudden, you start pressing on the gas, it just wouldn't go.
I
It
don't
was
know
like,
how I did it, but I did it. It was stuck in between two N and D, and I was like, oh. And I fixed it, and it went back to normal. I was like, oh, wait, okay.
but it was funny because this same thing happened at work with one of the mules.
Yeah,
So
I
we
was
had
driving
gas,
it.
and Cole was driving, so he knows like that same feeling. He was driving it like
I was sitting there, I was pressing the
Just
pedal,
didn't go.
wasn't moving, and it started to slow down, and I was like, oh no, and it finally cut off. And that was the same feeling I got driving today. I was like, because I just put in gas too, so I knew it wasn't that. So I was like, okay. there
And
goes
we were
the-
like what, 25, 30 minutes away from our house
Mhm.
at this point. Even going like the back roads, but like we were a pretty decent drive to like be calling somebody, but listen, we just
The-
completely broke down.
the first.
But my dad was probably still in the area because he had gone out that same way before you or before us. And so we finally get to Best Buy. Was this going to what?
That's
Best
fine.
Buy, Best Buy.
That's
And
what
then
we just talked
Car
about.
freaks out. We got that. Okay, going to Best Buy.
We
So-
get there, so that
We get there. We're looking at all the cameras. And they're so expensive. All these cameras.
We're like, there's one, the most expensive one I saw was $3,000. I was like, that's as much as truck is worth. Who is that damn rich that can just go and buy that?
So we were expecting to spend like what, like $200 a pop.
We were like
expecting.
$400. That's it.
Yeah, and so we find the camera we were looking for, and it's $500 at Best Buy. We're like, I was like, I brought extra. I was like, I brought $270 just to be safe. And then Cole had his card that had money on it.
$568.
I had
what I had.
$568 on his card. So I was just gonna give Cole my cash, and he was gonna pay for all of it. But we were looking around, and they had all these things on display, and Cole just likes to mess with these cameras.
I was picking them up, just looking at the
And
camera.
each camera has like a cord connected to like a alarm system. So like an anti-theft system. So if you pull it a bit
If
too
you try
hard,
if you pull it out,
yes.
because if you pull that out, you can just walk away with it.
But
So-
if you do, it sets off an alarm.
So, like, for 3 cameras, okay, the first camera I did that, and I was like, oh, shit, what's happening? The guy comes over to fix it. He's like, okay.
That's no big deal. You can play with it. You can mess with it. Like,
And
we
I
can
was
take
like,
it off.
okay, sure, I won't mess anything for a little
So we
bit.
walk away. About 5-6 minutes later, we
You
come
can
back
look
to
at
the
different
cameras,
stuff, yeah.
and Cole starts picking up cameras again.
And I did it
And
again.
he sets it off.
I'm sorry, I did it again. I didn't know.
I was like, I didn't mean
The same worker comes by and
it.
Turns it off.
turns it off.
I'm like, all right, that's it.
Now, roughly 10 minutes later, we come back the third time because we're going to buy the camera now. We're like, okay,
We were going to find, because we're like, okay, we're going to buy one. Like, let's go find which one we want to buy.
yes. And so while we're doing that, Cole is just like looking around for the dude. Or no, we're looking around for the dude. Cole's just wandering around looking at cameras still. He's like, let's just browse a little bit more. And he picks up another camera. And this time, it just starts going off. He's like, I didn't do it this time.
I swear to God, I didn't.
I walk away. At this point, I just walk away from these two.
At this point, I was just like, all right, I'm just not even gonna bother talking to him about it. He knows what's happening.
You see the same guy that did like a couple 30 yards away or something, a couple aisles over. He just looks at us as we walk.
I'm sitting there like, I'm sorry.
We didn't even confront him. We assumed the alarm got turned off, but we go. We finally find the camera we want, right? And it's like a $800 camera.
$800 is what it's supposed to cost.
It's the like Lumix something.
Lumix DMC
Right there.
1000.
Lumix DMC FC1000.
FC.
FC1000.
That's it.
I don't know.
You just said $1,000.
And that's what it's an $800 camera. But
Like, we're freaking out.
it was on sale that day for $461.
I just imagine that was they just stopped carrying that model, and that was the one.
Yeah, that was the display
what it was?
model.
Yeah, well, we thought like it was just on some sale because nobody was buying it. That's what I thought. Nobody was buying this camera, so they were trying to knock it down. Just kept knocking down. We got lucky, and then we see like the no interest like set like 12 months like payment plan, but you have to have a Best Buy credit card.
Which I wasn't about to go get because I don't have any credit.
Yeah, so we talked to this guy, and he starts telling us about the camera, and James and Cole walked off, and I was still talking to him. He's like, just to let you know, if you buy this is the camera you're getting. We don't have a new box model of this camera. That's why it's so cheap. You'll be getting this camera. And I was like, what? Oh, that's fine. You know, I was like, as long as the other cords and stuff come with it. He's like, well, no, you're not gonna get a battery
You're
or
not gonna get anything.
yeah, like you're not gonna get anything. He's like, I can go double check, but I don't think we have any of this stuff in stock. He's like, but you can buy it on Amazon pretty cheap. And so I think
dirt cheap.
Yeah,
and
dirt cheap.
Like, I was wiser than that because some dirt is expensive.
Some dirt is expensive.
I know this because I tried to buy some for something. I was trying to get Pete Moss, which granted is a little rarer than the other ones, but that was $10.98 for a block this big. And I was like, oh, this is some expensive dirt.
Yeah.
And he said it's dirt cheap, and I was like, that dirt cheap? Or like,
Anyways,
I had to say
so he goes and he looks and he comes back with this bag with everything, like the lens cover, the charger. He's like, all right, we did have it. I'm gonna give it to you on this. Y'all can just have it. We're like, all right, thanks. And so we go to checkout, and we're sitting there. We got a tripod too, and the camera actually comes out to like $447. It was a little bit cheaper, and we're sitting there. So our total was like what, like $517.
$517.41.
I guess you would know. You saw that number a bunch of times.
So many times.
I gave Cole my cash, and he goes up there to pay for it.
So I'm sliding it, and I'm like, okay, it should work. He's like, decline. And I was like, oh, here it is. And I was like, let me try it 2 more times. I tried it
Yeah,
every
the guy's
time.
just like, you can try it, but it's gonna do the same result every time.
I was like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
And so
Let me try it one more time.
Yeah.
I tried
Cole
it.
tries again. Just decline.
Decline. You know? I
So-
know I have enough. I know that. So I go and I have to call my bank. I'm sitting there having to spout out numbers I don't remember, like my social security and all that. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this?
And so while this is all going on, Cole apparently left his wallet on the counter, and so Ethan goes like,
he had to call his bank.
Yeah,
So he's like, all right, I have to call my bank, and he leaves his wallet like on this shelf.
like
I was
not
sitting right
not even
there.
by,
I
no,
wasn't-
you kept walking away. You kept walking down an aisle, just farther and farther down the aisle. So Ethan goes like, he left his wallet here, and I'm like, let me see it. I pick it up, I go through it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold on to it, and I put it in my pocket.
I come back and I'm like, where the fuck is my wallet?
Yeah, I know. I saw him just like look right where he left his wallet and put his hand there. And he's like, and he just kept talking on the phone.
I was like, don't panic.
So
I was about to be ready to cancel the card too. As soon as I had the card, I was like, I don't care. But anyways, I called them. They're like, so you actually have a $500 spending limit, and I was like,
$17 short.
$17? You can't give me that.
So anyway, so he's like, all right, we'll just have to split it into 2 payments, right? We just like swipe it twice.
So we did that. We put $450 and then $50 in cash.
But it didn't work again. Like, it
He
still
put
wasn't working.
$490. Okay. He put $490, and I was like,
But the
okay.
problem was it was saying $490 on the computer, but when it transferred to the little
It was still
slot thing, it was still $517.
So I had to go
So it
fix
wasn't
that.
working.
And
So we
finally,
sat there for like 25 minutes trying to pay for this freaking camera.
I was like, every minute, I was like, okay, this is it. We're gonna just leave it alone.
And then he was sitting there, he was something like, like there's like these warranty plans, and the cheapest one was $70.
And I was like, I swear. to God,
We didn't have the money to pay for $70 warranty plan, so we just have to be extra careful with this camera.
there's no way.
And then we didn't buy a memory card while we were there, but then these two went out and got one.
Yeah, just a few hours later, we were like, all right, we'll go get one.
And so we're at Walmart. Because me and Cole go like, let's buy an America. We want to test it and try it out. Go down to Walmart, roughly around 8 o'clock, and so we get down to where all the SD cards and all the memory cards are. Start looking. They don't have a single 64 gig 4K memory card. So all they have at the most is a 32 micro memory card. And so
It's got an adapter, so that's okay.
yeah, we're using that right now. But it was just we couldn't find it. We were trying to call Ethan, and Ethan wouldn't answer his phone.
I was
And
swimming.
for the first time, you got me.
Oh,
You got me.
Yeah, I said that. I'm like, James, come on.
So his voicemail is like one of the trick voicemails. Was like,
He goes, hey, what's up? No,
no, not busy. And so
Why?
so it's ringing for a while, and I'm like, child, hurry up, answer. And it finally answered. And so he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, we're about to buy things. It's like, no, I'm not busy. I'm like, gosh dang it. Put the phone back down. I'm like, I fell for it. It's the first time.
I'm falling for it once.
My dad got mad at me. He was like, you need to change that. And because I was like, why are you mad? He was like, I'm not. And she's like, you're mad because you fell for it. He's like, yes. And she's like, so you're not mad at him? He's like, no, you're just mad because you fell for it. Yeah, so it's mad because I keep falling for it.
Hey, what's up? Not much, dude.
Yeah. And so we keep trying to call him. It's just because he's on the side of town where the Best Buy is, where you could buy an SD card or a memory card that is 64 gigs. But since you wouldn't answer, we started just sending you a text going like, hey, we have this. And Cole looks up when Best Buy closes. Best Buy closes at 8. So we're like, guess we're buying this right now.
So we buy it, and then right after I buy it, he's like, oh, yeah, don't get it. We want 64, and I was like,
Yeah.
I just bought it. I was like, all right, we'll just use it for backup.
And during all this, okay, back at Best Buy, before we even found the guy to ask him,
Couple of minutes.
yeah,
Well,
we have like 2 minutes on here. But back at Best Buy, before we even could talk to the guy to ask him if we wanted to buy the camera, we had to play rock paper scissors.
Oh yeah, so none of us like
wanted to talk.
confrontation.
We don't want to talk.
We don't like to go talking to people, like asking for stuff. So we're like, okay, which one of us is gonna do this?
So we try and nose goes. Ethan doesn't play that. So
That's the dumbest thing.
it's not dumb. It's the best. I always win.
Because you're the one who calls it. You go, nose goes, and you're already touching it. And
No, we tried that. I've tested it multiple times. I beat Scooter. I beat Isaiah.
yes, you beat Scooter, and you went,
I
I
just
just full
straight
on
slapped
slap
my
your face.
And did I lose?
No, he's like a 9-year-old child.
He should be
13.
faster.
He's a 13-year-old child.
He should be faster.
No.
I have like 40 pounds on this one arm, and I beat him. Come on.
And so we're playing rock paper scissors, and so
I
yeah,
lost
Ethan
first,
lost
I'm
was like first game
like,
gone. Yeah.
I gotta talk to
But
you.
Cole was like, well, we gotta keep playing.
We gotta-
He's like, I
we gotta-
want to win. So we keep playing. I keep beating Cole every single time. And he finally gets like one up on me. And so I'm like, well, we're playing 2 out of 3. And he's like, okay. And so we play again. And he loses again. I'm like, we're all tied up. He's like, oh. He's like, fine. This next one's for
2.
2. This one's worth 2. And so I'm like, okay. Play again. Beat him. And I'm like, I'm up 2 on you, Cole, now.
At this point, I'm like, Cole has lost
More than
I lost. So now he has to do it. He's like, no, they were just for fun. They didn't count.
That
Like,
was just for fun. I gotta do it.
So back to Walmart now, like fast forward, going to Walmart, we needed to buy the SD card because it's in a sealed case. And so me and Cole are like, you go ask a guy. I'm like, I'm not asking a guy, you ask a guy. And so we play rock, paper, scissors again.
We did it
they
again.
lost.
And I lost, I beat Cole every time. No, I lost the first time, but since it's 2 out of 3, we played again. I beat Cole the second time, and the third time I beat Cole again.
I do that when I go to Target because every time I need new earbuds, they're always locked at Target. And I wait around like 15 minutes before I'm like, okay, I gotta go talk to the guy. I like wait around hoping they'll ask me, do you need help with anything, sir? Like, oh yeah, can you come up with this? Like, I don't want to go find them. Like, I always have to.
Like the entire time at Best Buy, they like would walk up to us like 50 times. Go
Yeah,
like,
like-
hey, you need help with anything? We're like, no, we're
we don't
fine.
need anything.
And it's like every 5 minutes a dude would show up. We waited like 20 minutes for looking around for one dude just to ask him to buy it whenever we actually needed him.
I needed in my time of need. You failed me.
Mm-hmm.
That's Walmart for you.
There was in Walmart and Best Buy. At Best Buy, they do their job. What
Uh,
Best Buy pays?
Probably not.
Enough.
You wouldn't.
They have a discount whenever you buy your things there.
I want to work at Sun Ski now though. I know they want that Sun Ski.
Yeah, you probably do all there. This longboard's gay, guys. Why don't you try to buy it? Buy this one. You fags.
It's more expensive one. This one sucks. It's awful. You should buy this $300 one.
Basically.
Don't get the small wheels. Don't get the colorful wheels. Get the dark ones. Those look cooler.
You're being such a fag.
Man.
I'm only 13.
Yeah.
The faggiest of the
It's like-
ages.
Ethan, you can't talk to customers that way. Am I making money?
Am I making money?
Yeah, you are, but you can't talk to. Like, fire me then. No, we can't. You're doing a good business for us. I have to do that.
We need to get him a job.
Do it. Yeah, because you're gonna start paying for some of this podcast stuff, James.
I put money in.
No.
No. He put in the most. I put in the second
Yes. You have to put in the most, but I bought something.
most. No, you didn't.
Yes, I have.
You haven't had money.
You don't have money. You bum.
What about the paint? That was a good podcast. I'm not joking.
That was. I didn't get the paint.
No.
You did the spray paint.
I never got it. I wanted it. I wanted to
You
do
were
it.
never showed up on the time for doing it.
Why don't you do it now?
Sorry. We'll
You-
do it tomorrow.
You go buy us paint.
Tomorrow.
We'll do it.
Why do I have to
You want to do it?
I bought you a damn camera, fool.
You both bought a camera.
So then you should pitch in and buy the
I
damn
paid the
paint.
I bought the
majority.
paint the last time.
I got a little bit more.
You bought the stand, that's why.
Yeah.
But I had to spend all my damn money on my account. Dude.
Wait,
You
we
got like
also have
$200 on
paint,
you. You need to go deposit that.
Oh yeah, we need to go.
Alright, podcast over. Stop recording.
Is it right here? Where is it?